Hello everyone, my name is Tian Hatang. I'm originally from South Africa, um, but the last 20 years I've spent in Southeast Asia, 14 years in um, China, and the last 6 years in Vietnam, um, where at the moment I am a IELTS instructor and ESL teacher.
For the past 4 years, I have been employed by the AMA English Training Center in Tam Kỳ, a small rural city about 1 hour's drive south of Da Nang. I am the author of 3 IELTS textbooks, um, an English-Chinese glossary containing 12,000 words according to the IELTS topics, um, a book about speaking, part 1, 2, and 3, and a book about writing, task 2. In this video, we are going to focus on a topic from the speaking book, and we will be dealing with part 2. In part 2, the examiner will hand you a topic card and a pencil and piece of paper for you to make some notes, and the card will look like this. Today we are looking at this topic, an ideal house or apartment, and the topic card reads, describe your ideal house or apartment. You should say, where would it be? What does it look like on the outside? What does it look like inside? Why is it special? As my 10 seconds introduction, I would say the following. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope you will find my speech interesting and informative. I would like to have a house at the coast. I've always loved the ocean, and my ideal house would have to be there. From the outside, it would have to blend in with the rest of the surroundings. That is to say, I would want it to be constructed of wood. Inside, my ideal house would look like it is part of the natural environment. For example, there would be wooden floors and paneling and many plants.
So let's have a look at some useful vocabulary from this introduction.
Coast, coastline, a line that forms the boundary between the land and the ocean. It's not the same as a beach. A beach is only one spot on the coast or on the coastline. The coastline is the whole area where a country meets the ocean. For example, the USA has two long coasts. The west coast, um, like in California, for example, Los Angeles, San Francisco are on the west coast, and the east coast, New York, Boston, and so on, are on the east coast. Um, so in America, they would say the game was televised from coast to coast, meaning the whole country. Next, let's have a look at a phrase um, from my introduction to the speech. Um, blend in with or blend into. The definition is to look or seem the same as the surroundings and therefore not be easily noticeable. For example, we tried to blend into the crowd. We did not want to be noticed, so we tried to blend into the crowd. Next one, they have adopted many of the local customs to blend in with the community. Maybe they moved to a new country and they wanted to look like the other people in the community, and they wanted to blend in with the community. The last one, the aim of camouflage is to blend into the surroundings. Camouflage means to hide or disguise. When a chameleon is surrounded by green leaves, he will change the color of his skin to green so that he can blend into the surroundings. Now we get to the main body of the speech. Um, I'm not going to read the whole speech. Please do that at home. Read it over and over aloud. That will give you the feeling of the language. There are three reasons as for why my ideal house would be special. Allow me to explain by mentioning some of them briefly. First of all, my house would be very comfortable. In other words, the house will have many white appliances in the kitchen and electronic equipment like a flat screen TV in the living room. In addition, there will be outdoor facilities like a pool with a deck and a barbecue area. Then I go on, you can see my key words. Secondly, for instance, lastly, what I mean to say, which are very important to show the examiner what you are doing. Let's now move on to vocabulary.
The next step is we will have a look at some vocab from the main body of the speech um, that I have highlighted in the text.
Appliance is a noun. The definition, a device or piece of equipment designed to perform a specific task, typically a domestic one. Domestic means home. Um, for example, domestic servant, domestic animal, domestic affairs, domestic flight, and domestic terminal. More specifically, we talk about white appliances or white goods. In America, they would say white goods, and in the UK, we say white appliances. These are major household appliances and include air conditioners, dishwashers, clothes dryers, freezers, refrigerators, kitchen stoves, water heaters, washing machines, and microwave ovens. As a rule of thumb, I would say, use the word appliance when something is rather large, like a refrigerator or a stove. Then you won't be wrong. So, when do we use appliance and when do we use equipment? In my mind, an appliance is an instrument or device for a specific purpose or task, something like an air conditioner or a rice cooker. Equipment are the things needed for a particular purpose, like a food blender, a vacuum cleaner, a hair dryer, and so on. But these terms are very similar and in many cases are interchangeable. As a rule of thumb, I would say an appliance is something large like a refrigerator or a stove, and equipment are smaller things like a vacuum cleaner, a hair dryer, a electric kettle, and so on. The next word we are looking at is facilities. It is a noun in the plural, and my rule of thumb here is that we use this word for very large places. In other words, something like a swimming pool, a spa where you can have a massage, a restaurant, for example, a gym, and so on. Jacuzzi, sauna, badminton court, table tennis room, these are facilities. They are very common in resorts. A resort is something that is a hotel but has additional facilities. Um, it's usually much larger than a hotel.
So with that, we get to the end of this video. I hope you have found it useful. I want to mention that the book that I have written is available free of charge, an electronic version of the book. Just contact me. I will give you my contact details just after this, and I would also ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I can promise you YouTube or I will not bother you. It's only so that you can know when I post the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and in light of the pandemic, my wish to you is please stay safe.
At the University of California, they studied the best ways to learn a new language, and they found what they call the input method. And they say that one of the best ways to improve your English is to read a short text aloud and many times over. This will give your brain, your mouth, your eyes, and your ears a feeling for the English, and you will see that your skills will improve dramatically. You can contact me on Facebook by leaving a message, or you can contact me on YouTube by leaving a comment in the video. In both cases, all you do is search for Christian Hatting and you will find me. So please click on the subscribe button on the bottom right hand side of your screen, and YouTube will let you know when I paste a new video, and it will also let us know how many people are actually watching the videos, and that I will appreciate very much. Thank you.